Good afternoon. It is 4 o'clock on May 12th, and I'd like to call this virtual Board of Education meeting to order. At this time, we'll do a roll call attendance. Myself, Nancy Roche, Kristin Morrissey.
Present.
Tom Cleveland.
I'm here.
Wes McCall.
Present.
Darla Light.
I'm here.
And Superintendent Jeff Bearden.
Present.
Now, would you please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You have before you a recommended agenda. Are there any changes or additions to the agenda?
No recommended changes.
Hearing none, is there a motion to approve as published?
So moved by Tom.
Second by
Motion
Kristin.
by Tom and second by Kristin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing no opposition, motion passes. The first presentation this afternoon will be by Tom Wenning, and he was going to give us a construction update.
Good afternoon. So we are pleased to report a consecutive month of significant construction progress. Fortunately, the dry weather, the extended daylight has enabled our major projects to be working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. And as an executive summary, to put a number to that, the East Forsyth High, Ace Pack, as well as Hendricks, those three projects cumulatively have put in place over $12 million the past month. So we are certainly accelerating with construction on the major jobs, simultaneously working through the COVID challenges, and an unintended advantage that's occurred is as we're always sensitive to construction mitigating impact to existing operations. Fortunately, we've got a jump on all of the middle school projects, security vestibules, CTAE, and some of the miscellaneous additions. The vacancy has allowed us to begin construction of each of those projects over the past few months, such that we'll be substantially complete with those when the students return August 1st. So we're thrilled to report that. To get into some of the details, why don't we go to the overview of an aerial shot of East Forsyth High, Mike, if we could do that. You'll see significant progress on East High. On the lower right-hand side, brick, cast stone, windows are in progress. You see the roof now complete. So in that first lower right-hand area, we are working interior finishes. Throughout the remainder of the building, CMU is well underway in the interior, as well as MEP overhead. The only last section that remains really for the roof is the gym in the upper left corner. I've got a few of these shots, Mike, if you can continue on aerially. So really, we have all the scopes of work on the job now, over 300 people on a daily basis, craftsmen, workmen. Go a little slower here, Mike, if you could stop. So the building is well underway. The 90-acre site utilities, paving is well underway as well. I wanted to stop here. The athletic facilities are just so critical for us. On the lower part of the screen that you don't see, softball, baseball, substantially complete now. This will be the competition football field, and you see the bleachers well underway. Continuing on, and I wanted to, if you could, Mike. So now that you see really the building shapes take form, I thought it'd be a little exciting to show you some of the interior renderings. This is outside the gymnasium. This will be the lobby. You see the Bronco colors of the blue and orange. Continuing on, this is a nice rendering of the gymnasium of what it will be. And lastly, you'll see the football field. And really the reason why I'm highlighting that is, just in addition to the nuts and bolts of construction, always sensitive to school spirit, out of Denmark, we were able to get the student athletes really excited about, going to Denmark early. In just, 12 months really from today, we'll be having May football. So we're working hard to accelerate, and the East High football complex will be done a year from now. So the school spirit even begins before the first day of class. Moving on to the next project, you'll see the overview of ACE PAC. I wanted to start with this overview because you see there's a significant tie-in to our existing campus of the Board of Education headquarters. You see the extensive parking, and underneath all that parking is a lot of site utility tie-ins. I wanted to go through this because this is another example. During the past 2 months, we've changed our sequences and proactively have gotten all of those site utilities tied into our existing campus because of the logistics of the noise, the dust, and utility shutdowns. All of that work, fortunately, will be done when students and all of us, return in August. It'll just make the logistics of tying into our existing campus so much easier. So if you go now to the next shot of the buildings, you'll see that the academy steel is already topped out, and that just happened really in a 1 month time period. So that job is moving extremely fast. You see the building pad of Performing Arts Center, Focal. The shot was taken a week ago, and currently, as of today, much of the structural steel is erected. Continuing on, we've just got a few other aerials looking at it from a few different angles. Obviously, this is Academy looking back at our Board of Education. Continuing on, another view, you see now the significant columns of the Performing Arts Center, 60 feet in the air, fully erected, and base and binder is moving forward in a lot of the areas of paving and the parking. That's a shot where you can see it tying more in to our campus. Continuing on, we have some exciting renderings. That's looking at Focal. The next looking at more of the academy. Continuing on, we have some interior shots. So this is kind of interesting. The color is biking red, so it's a cross between maroon and a red. And using the interior designer's words, those of you that know me know I'm a little more construction, rough and tough oriented. But so the biking red was the Pantone color of the year for 2020, and it is complemented with warm earth tones. So that's an exciting design, exciting interiors to look forward to. Continuing on to the narrative, I think the only thing I really didn't cover was West Forsyth High School. Furniture has now been delivered. So the West Forsyth High addition is complete, ready for the new school year coming up. And the only other item that's really not on here, a miscellaneous project out of Denmark. We have begun the greenhouse for Denmark. Moving on to the middle schools, you'll see significant progress at Hendricks since our last meeting. Structural steel in the area to reorient you with the project. On the left-hand side is the administration area, as well as the cafeteria. So steel is topped out already in that area, and roof and brick will begin in the next couple days. On the right-hand side, where you see the steel incomplete, that's the gymnasium. Again, this was taken April 27th, a few days back. So since that time now, the gym is complete, and the remainder of the building pad you see for the classrooms, steel is well underway there. Going to the narrative then, we have the balance of the middle school projects. We're pleased that the safety and security vestibules, all the material has been ordered. And again, the scope of this is similar to last year's elementary schools. Essentially, it's hollow metal frames, window wall construction, and that is underway. Similarly, Lakeside, the cafeteria foundation's in progress, as well as the 7 CTAE technology labs is well underway. Renovation, demolition is complete, and much of the construction has already started on several of those projects. Great news on Pools Mill Elementary School. The vast majority of the furniture has already been delivered, so we've got a nice early completion and be ready for students' return, which really then leaves Elementary School 23. Design is in progress, and we anticipate going through procurement and permitting this August, just in a couple months. So with that, any comments, any questions on the program?
Just a quick question on West, since
Yes.
that was going so well and you're already moving in furniture, do you anticipate, and I don't know if this is a Mr. Amerson question or you're not, do you anticipate being able to move away some trailers from West now that the new wing is adding on so many
Yes.
classrooms?
Some of the modulars will be removed, but not all of them.
Not all, okay, just to
Yeah.
leave some.
I'm able to jump in and answer that question. I believe we are removing close to 12. Don't quote me on that number, but we're removing all from the back of the building, and I want to say 4 from the front.
Well, logistically, that's got to help with just moving around campus as well, so that's awesome.
Great.
Yeah, very excited.
Yeah, great. Good news for West, awesome. Thank
Exactly.
you.
Any other questions for Tom?
No, a lot of good progress, good weather.
Yes, sure. Thanks so much, Tom.
Thank you.
Okay, next on our agenda is future agenda items. Do we have anyone that would like any items added?
Nancy, this is Tom. I'll go ahead and say that while I'm not asking for agenda items, I
Okay.
think it's important for us to say that, next year is always a topic of discussion, and to kind of calm any fears or conversations that might start, know that it's being discussed, and we'll be bringing that forward in future agendas.
Oh, exactly. Dr. Bearden, would you like to add anything before we go into executive session?
Yeah, I would just echo what Tom is saying. Obviously we're having a lot of internal conversations right now about what next year will look like. It's still, very early. We're a couple months out. We very well could get guidance from, the governor's office, the Department of Education, CDC before school opens in August. So we don't want to get out in front of those agencies, but we're certainly making plans internally to make sure we're prepared for whatever scenario that we deal with in the fall. I will say that we are also working on a survey right now that we will put out online in the very near future, just asking for feedback from our students and parents on their experience over this past 9 weeks. Obviously, this is unprecedented. We certainly have had online learning days before, but never to this extent. And we just want to get feedback from our students and parents to let them have the opportunity to tell us, what went well, what were the challenges, what can we learn from this experience to make us even better in the future in our virtual experiences. Even if we are able to start school back normally in the fall, which we all hope we will, we do know there are times when we're going to need virtual instruction, whether it's an inclement weather day or whatever the case may be, and we're always striving to get better. So we want to get feedback, again, from students, parents, and staff. What went well, what were the challenges, and then take that information to improve upon our system.
Yeah, that sounds great. Any other comments? Okay, if not, do we have a motion to go into executive session for personnel and land per our affidavit?
So moved by Tom.
Second by Darla.
We have a motion by Tom and a second by Darla. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing no opposition, motion passes. To ensure everyone came back from executive session, we will again take a roll call. Myself, Nancy Roche.
Kristin Morrissey's here.
Wes McCall.
Present.
Tom.
I'm here.
Darla Light.
I'm here, but I'm muted.
Okay, Superintendent Jeff
Oh, here it
Bearden.
started. Okay, it worked.
Yeah, you're not muted. We heard you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yes, I'm here. I'm here as well. Thank you.
Okay, great. Do we have a motion to come out of executive session?
So moved by Tom.
Second by Kristin.
We have a motion by Tom and a second by Kristin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing no opposition, motion passes. Do we have a motion to approve personnel A 1 through 20, B 1 through 9, and C 1 through 7?
So moved by Tom.
Second by Kristin.
We have a motion by Tom and a second by Kristin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing no opposition, motion passes. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second by Tom.
We have a motion by Darla and a second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing no opposition, meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.